video, I'm gonna talk about top 10 negative traits of Aries zodiac sign. Okay, so jumping straight into this video, make sure that you go ahead and like the video, comment down below to let me know your thoughts and opinions. All right, so the first negative trait about Aries is that Aries are impulsive. So Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. Aries is the ram, they rule the head, and they are a cardinal fire sign. Cardinal modality means that they start things, okay? So Aries people, and they're ruled by Mars as well. So these people are very passionate and fiery people, and they're impulsive. So if something triggers them or upsets them, Aries are the type of people they're ruled by Mars, so they're action orientated. So they do things without thinking first. So they may like cuss at you, yell at you, want to start a fight. They're just very impulsive people, or not even aggression wise. They make quick decisions, and sometimes they could do this, just be very impulsive to make decisions. Like a lot of Aries could be gamblers as well. Like they just make very impulsive decisions that they may feel like in the moment like, oh my god, this is a good idea, but in the long haul that impulsive decision becomes a negative trait, because they're not like the second sign that follows them, Taurus, which takes their time to think things out. So if a Taurus has their Mercury in Taurus, this will definitely help with this impulsive energy, especially when it comes to their decision making. It'll slow that process down. But for the most part, as sun sign Aries, their actions are just very impulsive. They make very quick decisions about stuff, and like I said, they don't think things through sometimes with this impulsive nature that they have. So that's why it becomes a negative trait, because they'll do things and end up regretting it later, or they just make very immature decisions out of impulse. The second negative trait of Aries is that they're impatient. So these people, they like to do things fast and get things done right then and there. So this becomes a negative trait because it's kind of like the impulsive trait. They don't take their time to just do things. Like they're a fire sign, it's ruled by Mars. They just really want to get things done, and they just don't know how to slow down sometimes. So that just ties in with the first one. Like I said, they're just very impatient sometimes, and it could be a negative thing. The third negative trait is they're aggressive. So Aries, these are the type of people, they're ruled by Mars, right? They're the warriors of the zodiac sign. So these people, they like to fight, you know, they like to argue, and they have a lot of aggression in them. That fire warrior like energy comes off as aggression, and sometimes, well, it could be a negative trait, because, you know, aggression can get things done, but it can be also a negative thing. You know, sometimes a lot of people don't really know how to respond to the Aries aggression, and it could cause a lot of conflict, a lot of arguments, and they can get themselves in a lot of trouble. I know a lot of Aries who've been arrested or just gotten into trouble with the law, starting fights with people because of their aggression. So yes, aggression is a definite negative trait of an Aries. The fourth negative trait is they're hot-headed. So this also ties into aggression. These people, they just really like to just start things and just like to fight and just get into they just have a temper on them, and it could just be a negative trait overall, because they like to choose chaos before peace sometimes, most of the times. Like they just always are argumentative and combative type of people on the negative end. So just keep that in mind. Aries, the negative trait is that they're hot-headed people. The fifth negative trait is they're self-centered. So Aries is the sign of me, the sign of selfishness, independence. They're the first sign. Aries are like the child of the zodiac. So These people, unlike their opposite, which is Libra, which is the sign of partnership, these people are more self-centered type of people. They put themselves first, you know. They're very egotistical people, and they really care about what they have going on over other people, and they care about their own feelings over other people's feelings. They just care about their own agenda in their day, or whatever the case may be in a relationship. They care about their needs first. Even in the bedroom, I notice a lot of Aries men, they could be like, how can I put this? Aries men are like, what they call them, jackrabbits. Like, they'll like want to do it real fast, and then the session will be over just as fast. They'll come quick, and just as long as they get theirs off, I don't know about the women because I don't sleep with women, so I don't know. But Aries men, they're very selfish in the bedroom, and they're all about themselves, especially in the bedroom. But even in relationships, whatever the case may be, they're just all about themselves. They're all about their own desires, and that could be a negative trait. They're just super self-centered people. It could be on a positive note. It could help them in business and success, because you know, a lot of successful people are self-centered, so it works in that aspect. But it could definitely be a negative thing for the long haul. The sixth negative trait of an Aries is that they're stubborn. So these people are some of the most stubborn people. They don't really like to listen to people, especially when they have an idea or they want to accomplish something. It's very hard for you to talk them out of it. Especially if they have Taurus in their chart, the stubbornness could just be amplified up a tad bit. So just keep that in mind. Like, Aries, they're the type of people, they're very independent and they like to do their own thing. So it's very hard for them to listen to other people's opinions, which turns out they could be stubborn. The seventh negative trait of Aries is that they're competitive. So these people, this could be a positive trait, but it can become negative when they're just competing just to compete, or they're competing with people who actually they don't really need to compete with. You know, they just have a very strong competitive nature, and it can get to be a little bit too much. Like, it's just too much ego, too much wanting to always win. Like, they just really have this need to be first, because they are the first sign. It's cardinal fire, that passion, that just want to go get in, and they just want to be winners all the time. Like, winners, you know, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Like, that's the Aries theme song. So yes, these people, they just want to win all the time, and they just want to be first at everything. So they're competitive people, and sometimes it could just come off as like very distasteful, you know, because like I said, when you compare them to their opposite, which is Libra, Libras aren't like this. Libras will clap for another person. Libras want to see other people win just as much as they want to see themselves win. So yeah, Aries could kind of be not like that. They want to be the winners. They are the winner, and they're going to show you no matter what. So it could kind of just be like they be competing with people who aren't even checking for them. Like, people who aren't even like, Aries will have a whole competition with you, and you wouldn't even know. Like, you wouldn't even know that they coming for you, and it's just like, chill out. Like, chill out. The eighth negative trait of an Aries is that they're impulsive spenders. So these people, if they see something they like, they'll just get it. You know, these are the type of people, like I said, I know a lot of Aries who struggle with gambling addictions, or they just like to shop a lot. Like, they like to buy stuff that aren't necessary, like things that are not essential. They just want to have it just to have it. So yes, they could be impulsive spenders. Whenever they're out on the town, they could just be the type of people that just buy random stuff. You know, there are certain people, or like certain earth signs, well, all the earth signs actually, they know how to buy things that's necessary, or practical. But an Aries, they'll just buy stuff because it looks cool or because it's interesting, or oh wow, I've always wanted this, I have the money, let me just get it. You know, they're those kind of people. Like, they just get shit because they have the money, and it's not necessarily because they actually need it. So they can have a problem with saving their money. As soon as they get paid, they want to spend it. You know, these are the type of people, they just really want to spend for an experience, for a feeling. So yeah, keep that in mind. Aries people could be impulsive spenders. The ninth negative trait of Aries is that they lack follow through. So these people, they could come up with really creative ideas for stuff. You know, they want to start a project or do something, but sometimes because they have this impulsive, like, they're very creative people, and they know how to come up with new ideas, right? They're very creative, have very brilliant creative minds, but sometimes that initial passion fades out after time. So they may have a good idea for something, but sometimes they don't have the wherewithal to stick through something unless they have strong Taurus in their chart. But see, if they have more like Pisces in their chart somewhere too, it'll really make this yeah, it'll really make them lack follow through a whole lot more, especially if their Mars is in Pisces or something like that. Like, they will probably not know how to they'll have good ideas, they'll come up with good ideas like I said, but the follow through, they won't like succeed with it all the time. Like, they won't see it through towards the end. And this could go for relationships. They can get into relationships, and as soon as they get bored, they'll dump the person, and or something may go wrong, you know, and the relationship will be over. Like I said, this, if they have Taurus placements in their chart, like Venus in Taurus or something like that, Mars in Taurus, it will help the situation. But if they have more flaky, mutable energy in their chart, yeah, they can definitely lack follow through for sure. The 10th negative trait of Aries is that they're dominating. So these type of people, whether it's the male or the female, they have this very dominating energy. They like to dominate people. They like to be in charge, and yeah, they're not like the submissive type of person. Like, these people like to be on top. Like I said, they like to be winners, and their energy sometimes could just be too much. Like, they could just want to prove that they're the leader, they're the boss, you know, they're the pioneer, like they're the ones wearing the pants. And this could go for men or women, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, they can come off as just very dominating because they are ruled by Mars. Mars is the warrior planet. It is the energy that really gets things done. They're the soldiers. You know how a soldier is dominating? So Aries carry this energy. So it could just be a negative trait of Aries. All right, so those were the top 10 negative traits of Aries. Comment down below to let me know your thoughts and opinion and what you think of this zodiac signs negative trait. Also, don't forget to smash the like button if you made it all the way to the end. Obviously, like the video if you kept watching it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Peace.